There's another entrance, which I mentioned as in this little map of the direct approach. This other entrance I mentioned many times has to do with faith. In this approach, this third approach, third not in particular order, I say, we are exposed conceptually here to the ultimate truth. And we accept that concept through faith. And faith arises from our intuition, actually. From our inner still not ripened up totally inner certainty about our reality. Who we are knows, but still does not know. That knows. Has not revealed it to itself, but latently knows itself, of course. And calls to itself. So it's able to recognize the pointing to truth when it manifests. If that was not the case, nobody would happen to sit in satsang at the feet of the teacher that exposes the ultimate truth, because there would be no clue, no recognition. It's because we know that we can recognize, and it's a manifestation from our still not totally revealed consciousness of ourselves, that the Guru appears outside to explicate, to be explicit about the truth, so we can complete the recognition. We can finalize, accomplish the totality of the recognition, ripen the recognition. So that's what is about this third entrance of the direct path, which somehow is the most common and the most traditional. Is through, in general, through that gate that the other two that I mentioned before are even learned. We don't learn about self-inquiry or self-abidance if not through the context or the setting of student-teacher relationship, through the context of a teaching itself. Unless, and it can happen, we have matured enough so that by our own trajectory, we have become totally simple and abide naturally. We have reached through our life experience the stage of total simplicity without a manifested explicit teacher, because life has been the teacher, or we have come also through our own journey to the question, who I am. But these cases are very rare, that by our own process, through life itself only as the teacher, we have gone through all the purification that takes us to simplicity or takes us to the fire of inquiry, either. In general, we learn about these two direct approaches through the third one, which is the communication of the teacher through the teaching, and our capacity to now recognize, now that I hear, now that I listen, I can recognize. Because if I didn't listen, if I didn't stumble on the teaching, I would not have recognized. Now I know that is true, because now that I listen, I see that it is talking of my heart. That's the most common case. But still, it's not the universal of the cases, because most teachings, as I said at the beginning, only deal of the preliminary stages, and only a minority of the teachings deal with the last stage, even from the point of view of the teaching, explicit teaching. So, and what is the explicit teaching that is so rare, even for a teaching that is manifested, that implies teacher and student? So that we can, through that teaching, enter through that teaching that implies recognition of the message intuitively, and the arising of faith because of that recognition. Which is the teaching? Well, as I said before, is the teaching that up front expounds the ultimate truth conceptually, that says, you are that. That is. That says, you, yourself, is the divine, is the universal, is the unmanifest. You are the absolute. Or that says, everything is the expression of consciousness. Your consciousness. There is only one consciousness, your consciousness, and the world, the manifested universe, happens within your consciousness.